You guys able to see my screen okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Perfect. So I got a big monitor, so sometimes for whatever reason it shows up super small. So, and that is great. And yeah, as far as the AI features go in here, I always start with the agents, so over voice and chat. And one of the first questions and most common questions I always get asked is, how do I know what it's going to say? I'm worried that it's going to say bad things or provide wrong information. And so I figured the best place that we can start today is addressing those questions and concerns. And the way that we do that is giving the AI a knowledge base, a place to pull the information that it's going to handle the conversation, handle the customer interaction from, and provide the details and information when questions are asked. And so we'll find here in the knowledge base, and you can have up to 15 different knowledge bases if you have the need for that. So that is one of the great tools available to us. And when we go to train it, there's multiple ways in order to do that. So the first one is actually putting in a URL, a domain. And so you can do the exact URL, all URLs within the certain path or within the domain, right? So first thing I always do, what is your business website? What's the business domain? Let's have it scrape all the information from those sites, from those URLs, and then it's going to train and learn all that information on those sites. So if you look at my account here, you can see all of my websites and the different pages I have, and it learned that, and you can see that it's trained. And here you can actually see the text that it extracted. So it has all of that in here, so you can see the data that's scraped. And additionally, I also ask if they have any, FAQs that they have a document for, if they have any brochures, any flyers they've used in the past, or just any documentation. Best way to do that is take all of that, convert it into text, and then create a shareable Google document, and then put that URL in here as well. And that becomes the knowledge base. So our AI is going to handle all those interactions based on the knowledge base there. Additionally, one-off situations, and then we'll get into this when we look at the agents themselves, but you can actually write in specific words and questions when somebody asks something. If you don't like the response that it gives, you can actually type in exactly word for word um, what you want to say. So if somebody asks, do you have a number I can call and test? I typed in, yes, you can call this number for a demo and role play of your business. Next time that question comes up, it's actually going to say this. And so that's how we constantly train and adapt it as we go through, right? So uh, the AI, the agents are only going to be as good as the information that we give it. So our inputs, the better those are, and the more customer interactions we have, the better the AI is going to handle and be trained. And so those are a couple ways um, to build and develop a knowledge base. And that's always the first thing I address and get set up. After we have the knowledge base for it to pull from, now we can go and actually set up our agents. So if you look in here, we can go in. So we'll look at the one I have set up right now. And so we have, I call it my main bot, and then we have a couple options. So suggestive gives suggested prompts within the chat window to kind of guide the conversation, or just autopilot to have the AI completely handle the call on its own. And so right now it works over these channels: Facebook and Instagram DMs, text messages, and then live chat on the website through chat widgets. And I have it respond very quickly, so only 1 second, so people are getting responses right away, and having a maximum of 25 messages per conversation, just to make sure we don't have people messaging for for the heck of it, right? So we actually have a limit on the conversation, but everything can be done within 25 messages, of course. And then what you'll see on the bot training page is the knowledge base that we created. This is We're going to give it the knowledge base that we wanted to use and handle the conversations from. And so that's what we do here. And then on the bot goals. So this also addresses a lot of concerns I get on the front end. How's it going to act? How do we know what it's going to say? Well, that's handled in the personality, the goal, and any additional information. So the rules of engagement, how to handle conversations, reply length, so they're not sending 100-word responses. All of that is handled right in here. And then we can actually uh, test it without it going live, and then to make sure we have a comfort level with it before it actually goes live out on the website. We can message that back and forth a little bit, but then if you look down here to set up your actions, so this gives us a lot of options and flexibility in terms of what we want the AI to do. So if we actually wanted to book appointments, it'll book appointments on a calendar, right? So we select the calendar that we want. And then additionally here, so we can pause after somebody books it, we can pause the bot for 1 day, so that way they're not getting additional messages after they've already booked the appointment. I know I get a lot of questions about that. I don't want people to get bombarded by the AI, and this is one of the layers of protection we put in there so they're not getting additional messages after they've already taken the desired action. We can allow the bot to cancel and reschedule appointments, which is great. Takes a lot of the back and forth off of our plates. We're already usually too busy on a day-to-day basis. So if somebody has to cancel or reschedule, allow the bot to do that. Again, it references the calendar and your availability, and we have the option to allow it to do that. So additionally, if we wanted to trigger a workflow, we can build a workflow, or one of the ones that Noelle has built for you on the back end, we can have that triggered. If there's additional contact info outside of just name, email, phone number, right, we can actually put that in the prompt and have the additional contact info extracted from the conversation. So we can put that in their contact profile. The stop bot I always turn on. So if somebody actually ends the conversation, you see goodbye, we can end the conversation there. So when it's a natural end, there's not going to be more messages back and forth. Human handovers.